Welcome to Real Love 101. Welcome to Real Love 101. Welcome to Real Love 101. Welcome to Real Love 101.
What's up, family? Welcome to another live. So today, in this particular live, I am starting a new. So this is the start of a. Let me say it this way. This is the first episode of a new series that I'm doing. A new series that I'm calling "What's Love Got to Do with It." Okay, so I'm going to be talking and teaching about love for the whole month of February. With Valentine's Day coming up, I want to help some people save their relationship from the stress of fake love. Yeah. Now, here's the question. No, not here's one of the questions. One of the questions I want to deal with tonight is why do we misunderstand love so much? And then I want to talk about what are the consequences of this misunderstanding. Okay. Why do we misunderstand love so much? And then what are the consequences of this misunderstanding? Now, one thing is for sure in our culture is obsessed with a fantastical idea of love, right? I've always liked that word fantastical. I learned that when I was an undergraduate, and I think I was taking a literary literature class, and fantastical. I don't know. This idea of love that we have in our culture is fantastical, meaning it's fantasy. Yeah. The problem is the way we see love in this culture is not love at all. And without a more clear understanding of what love is and what it is for, uh, our relationships will continue to be unfulfilling. Without a more clear understanding of what love is and what it's for, you will continue to expect things from your partner. They're not responsible for giving you. You will continue to accuse them of not loving you because you don't feel loved. That's why I know this series is necessary. This series is necessary, right? See, over the last 8 years, God took me through some things that gave me clarity about what love is and what it's not. David said in one of his Psalms, one of my favorite Psalms, before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. Another version of that says, I used to wander off until you disciplined me, but now I closely follow your word. So I can say this before these last 8 years, I used to wander off in my belief about love until he disciplined me. But now I closely follow his word when it comes to love. As a matter of fact, that same proverb, I mean, that same psalm, later on, it talks about my suffering. It says, my suffering was good for me, for it taught me to pay attention to your decrees. Right? Some of you, if you fully digest what I'm going to share in this series, you won't have to go through what I went through. God already took me through it for you. Hindsight is 2020. I want you to use my hindsight so that you don't have to learn some of these things the hard way. Now, some of you, you're going to learn it the hard way because you think this is just another video. You think this is just another series. This is just another random person talking about love. Okay. It's not that. Okay. So anyway, let's get to this first question. Why do we misunderstand love so much? Why do we misunderstand love? So, as a matter of fact, first of all, sir, how do you know we're misunderstanding love? Actually, that's not a question I want to answer. I don't know why I said it's not in my notes. But why do we misunderstand love so much? First, let's give a working definition of love. Okay. So this working definition of love is so that we all can understand what I mean when I am teaching about love. Okay. So when you're listening to me, this is the basic working definition I'm using. And it's short. Here it is. Love is sacrificial giving for the benefit of the person you are loving. That's it. Sacrificial giving for the benefit of the person that you are loving. You may have heard me say it this way before. Love is not about you. Love is about the person you are loving. Pride is about you. Pride is about my needs, my wants, my hurts, my desires. You cannot walk in love and pride at the same time. You're gonna do one or the other, right? But this kind of love where um, this sacrificial giving for the benefit of the person that I'm loving, that's the kind of love that makes the world go round. Yeah, y'all heard that, huh? Right, look, love makes the world go round. Well, that's the kind. But what we think is love, that does not make the world go round. It makes the world crazy. Yeah. One reason we misunderstand love is because uh, we've associated uh, love with things that feel good or personal enjoyment, primarily, right? We've associated love with so when something feels really really good, we don't say, or if we like something a whole lot, we don't say, man, I like that a whole lot. We say, no, I love that. Yeah, we say, I love that. So whenever we experience, like, I love pizza, so I say I love pizza. But when I say I love pizza, I'm not saying I'll die for pizza. But isn't doesn't love mean I love you to the point to where I'll die for you? So then we must the misunderstanding of love is not only uh the misunderstanding of like the action of love versus the feeling of love, but these different kind of loves, and I'll talk about this later. I'm not going to talk about it today, but when we start talking about the different Greek words for love, a lot of this will make even more sense, and you'll see how you are building your life and your relationships on something that you think is love, but it cannot sustain your relationship. If that didn't make sense, don't worry. Just hold on. It'll get better. Okay. Um, but so when we like something, we're inclined to say, I love this. But what we're really saying when we say that, what we're really expressing is how I feel about this. That's why when you have strong feelings for a person, you say, I love you. But you're describing how you feel about them, not what you're going to do towards them. Because remember, so love is sacrificial giving. So when you say, I love you, it should mean I give you. But when we say I love you, what we usually mean is I like the way you make me feel. Yeah. So we think love is about emotions. Love is not about emotions. That is the biggest that's probably one of the biggest errors that we're making when it comes to love. Love is not about emotions. Listen to what I said. I did not say love is devoid of emotions. That's not what I said. I said love is not about emotions. Emotions may show up when you're loving, but I don't love based on how I feel. If I do, then automatically my love is conditional because my feelings shift with the wind. It- so it can't be based on how not real love, based on how I feel. We think love is about languages. Wrong. Love is not about love languages. As a matter of fact, even love languages, that's about feeling good. I am shocked, and I ain't gonna lie, somewhat disappointed that I sometimes hear therapists, like licensed people, online talking about um like using love languages in their practice. I've even heard believers use not just use love language, but try to stand on love languages to prove that their partner isn't loving them. Show me that in the scripture. When does God speak your love language? Not chasing that rabbit. Nope. Not going that way. We're gonna keep straight. So, so, um, we misunderstand love because we think that love is about how I feel. And so what we do in our relationships, we expect our partner to make us feel a certain way. And then when I feel a certain way, then I know that I'm loved. Here's the problem. You are in control of your feelings, not your partner. Your partner can't make you feel loved. I've said this before. I hear wives say, I don't feel like a wife. Why? It's not his job to make you feel like a wife. It's not her job to make you feel like a husband because your feelings come from what you think about whatever's going on, right? So it's not about love languages. Love is not about my emotions. Love is not about um uh 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 y- you when we first meet somebody and all of that desire and chemistry, like we be on fire, we think that's love. As a matter of fact, if we stay like that for too long, when I say too long, like 2, 3 weeks, what we're gonna start saying? I love you. I'm in love with you. Here's the thing. When you think that you're in love with someone or when you fall in love with someone, what is your love rooted in? Because you don't have enough information about this person to love them the way that you say that you love them. But no, I really did love them. I know you think that because you think love is a feeling. You think the stronger the pull, oh, this must be love. No, 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 no. Not necessarily. My goal is not to deter you from love. My goal is not to um denounce or put down love. I want to elevate love, but I want to elevate love as it is and not what we think it is because we keep hurting ourselves, right? Over and over, almost every week. Couples come in, the issue at the core is somebody don't believe the other person loves them. And so there is behavior. Sometimes there's legitimate behavior that could send that message. But how I know they're caught up in how they feel is because so one day their partner does something bad and they feel like they don't love them anymore. But the day before that, the partner did, as a matter of fact, several days before that, in a row, the partner was doing things that made them feel loved. So which one is it? Do they love you or do they don't? Because love doesn't come and go day in and day out. It doesn't work that way. My behavior may change because I'm a human being. I could be in a mood and the love that I have doesn't come out, but that don't mean I don't love you. Anyway, so um now what's the harm that's being caused by this misunderstanding? Well, I kind of hinted at it before, but people are really believing that they are unloved and they're crashing out, right? Just think about it if you can. Like just what would happen in your mind if you truly believed your partner doesn't love you, or if you truly believed uh, your mama don't love you, or if you truly believe somebody pick somebody that you know loves you. Now imagine if they didn't. Right? People are crashing out because um, I don't feel like you love me when my feelings are due to me. And so here's what happens: I show up to a relationship with holes in my soul, right? And now I don't know they're there. I got a suspicion because I know I'm not perfect, and I got this. I may have a few toxic traits that I may not know are toxic yet because I hadn't gotten into the right relationship to expose the toxicity. But I got these traits, and so um, now that I'm in this relationship, I need you to treat me a certain way so that I'll feel loved. Because because I got these holes in my soul, I need you to fill these holes. So the reason I need you to come home at a certain time is because I got an injury in my history surrounding time. The reason I need, keyword need, not want, I need you to not drink after a certain time, or I need you to not drink strong drinks, or I need you to do whatever, it's because I got injuries. And if you don't do it, because I don't understand love, now I believe you don't love me, negating the fact that you had a whole life before you ever met me. And you were doing life on the planet a certain way before you met me. So meeting me doesn't all of a sudden change how you know how to do life. But that's the punishment we're putting on our partners because they don't make us feel loved. You want your house clean. I'm pro clean house, but if the house being clean, you've attached it to a sense of worth that When your husband or your wife, could be either one, they don't help you out, then you feel unloved. You got an issue, not your partner, but you're going to punish them because you have a misunderstanding of what love is. Now, I'm not saying that it's not an issue. I'm not saying that you don't have an issue and you don't need help. I'm saying it don't go in the love box. Because when you put things in the love box that don't go in there, you injure yourself because you're going to respond to it like it is as serious as being unloved. When really, it's just we see things differently. I don't clean the way you clean. Things are important to me the way they ain't got nothing to do with how I love you. But that's what we're doing. We're tying all the things we don't like to unloving behavior. If you do that to God, you sure gonna think God don't love you. Like my life hasn't been perfect. I just finished telling you about the last 8 years. If it was about God making me have a good life to know that He loved me, well, then God must hate me. Mm. Because I look at the perspective of He said on this planet you're gonna have tribulation and trouble, but He said, don't worry, I'm gonna be with you. So when I look at the 8 years and I look at how it tried to destroy me, but I came through it, that's why I stand on that side of grace. But my point is this. Sorry for that. Did I just snorted and it's live. I ain't nothing I can do about it now. Y'all can laugh too. Uh People think if you love me, then you would do this. If you love me, then you would do that. Well, who told you that? Where'd you get that standard from? I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, but I'm just asking where'd you get it from? Because guess what? Your partner was not in the same class. Mm-mm. You thought they were because y'all both said, we want to get married. Oh, me too. I want to get married in October. Oh, me too. I want to get married on the beach. Oh, me too. You know, I've always wanted to pick up golf. Me freaking too. So you got all these things in common. This must be God. It's earth. Y'all didn't hear me. It's earth. There are human beings here. I don't know about millions, but I know without a doubt there are thousands of people that probably do hundreds of things that you do that you would not fit into a relationship with. But continuously, and I ain't judging y'all, I do it too, or have done it. We meet folk and we connect on all these levels that we've determined are important. This must be special. And then we carry that right on into I'm falling in love. No one has ever treated me this way before. But how they're treating you is normal. It ain't, it's not even special. It's just normal. Why is that? Because we show up to relationships. Y'all thought I was off topic. No, I'm not. We show up looking for pain relief. Love does relieve pain, but not the way you're looking for it. Okay. You don't show up broken, uh, expecting and hoping that your partner, your human partner, is going to love you healthy. They can't do that. It's not possible. So the hole that you have in your soul, just so you don't have to try to figure it out anymore. Now you can choose not to believe me, but I'm telling you, the hole that's in your soul, it's a God-sized hole, and He is the only one that can fill it. Now, based on what I just said, fill it with something else if you want to, because we have free will. We can do that, and you've probably been trying that already. If I'm lying, I'm dying. What's outside of nothing? Nothing. Nothing can fill the hole in your soul but God. So then, if you don't believe in God, you are in trouble. Yeah, you're going to hurt yourself. As a matter of fact, you're probably already hurting yourself. When we understand love, we can do it better. And then we can do relationships better because now that I understand what love is, because I don't know, it'll be before the end, somewhere probably in the middle. Hopefully, you'll be able to see how love has its own place in your relationship, and it is special. But there's so many other things that you need to be working on in your relationship. Love is fine. Leave that alone. This communication, this conflict resolution, the intimacy, the sex, the attitude, all that stuff. See, here's what we mistakenly think, that because love is there, then all that stuff would be fixed. That don't make sense because God's love is perfect. I'm still jacked up. In case you didn't get that, my point is love doesn't make us perfect. Love doesn't make us act better. But watch this. Love should inspire you and want you to be better. I mean, make you want to be better. Okay. I hope I didn't sound like I was fussing. I know I kind of got a little rowdy up in there. I even snorted at y'all. But I hope as I end, I really hope that you guys hear my heart. And my heart is for you guys to understand love in a way that can help you build your life, right? Understand love in a way that helps you increase the meaning in your relationship, in your marriage, and not cause you frustration because they're not loving you the right way. Because another thing I'm gonna talk about is your self love. Some of you are suffering in your marriage and in your relationships because you don't love you at the appropriate level and you're trying to get somebody else to do it. And the problem is you don't even know you're doing that. So when I just said that, you say, well, no, that ain't me. It is you because you think what you're asking them to do, that's what they're supposed to be doing. Don't worry, I'll help you. I'm gonna help you in this series. So anyway, this is day one. I'm not day one, episode one. Because like I said earlier, if you guys heard me, I'm not doing this won't be every day, but it's gonna be however many I need it to be to get you the information you need to get to help you do love and life better. Okay? All right. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope it blessed you. All right, y'all stay encouraged. If it did bless you, if it did help you, share it with somebody. Like and subscribe too. Yeah. All right. Y'all take care.